Afternoon YouTube, I'm Chucky2009 and today we're going to be taking a look at the AUTOMAB 350, a premium mag drill that's built to last 3 years of hard service by the folks at BDS Machines, a German company who's very graciously let me get my hands on one of their finest products so that I can make this video about it for you guys. Now, initially, I was a little curious about this company. I've personally never heard of them before, as they're a German corporation who's much more popular in Europe than they are here in the US. And it turns out, though, that they know a thing or two about building mag drills. They've been crafting them for 26 years now. They offer the world's strongest mag drill and the world's widest range of annular cutters. Plus, what's really interesting here is that they actually design and manufacture everything in-house. You know, they're not just another brand who buys generic Chinese tools and slaps their name on the side. They actually develop and produce them in their very own factory in Germany, and they sell them to more than 100 countries worldwide. And here in the US, a company based in New England by the name of CS Unitech is their exclusive distributor. I'll put some links to their websites in the video description for those who might want to check them out. And as you can see here, the mag drill itself arrived very well packaged and without damage, so we wasted no time in getting this out of its box and set up to do some drilling with.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, one of the first things I noticed about this mag drill is that it is impressively lightweight. By mag drill standards, it weighs only about 15 kilograms or roughly 33 pounds, but they've packed a lot of power and a ton of features that you might not otherwise find in other brands into this package. Now, first off, let's talk about some of the capabilities of the machine. This drill features automatic feed and automatic reverse. Simply put, when you go to start the unit, all you have to do is press start and push those handles in, and then they securely and tactily lock into place. And this engages the power feed mechanism, and from this point it will automatically choose its feeding speed based on the load indicator, and then it'll simply power through the workpiece, and then when it's done with the hole, it'll automatically reverse and return itself to its raised position. Now, this is an extremely unique feature that I was very impressed with. I've honestly never seen anything like it before, and not only does it look good on paper, but it actually works, and it works flawlessly. And it just plain functions how it should. You know, when they first described this to me, I thought it might be a little bit gimmicky, but I found out that it isn't. It's everything they say it is, and there's a number of advantages to this system. For instance, one skilled operator can run 3 to 4 different mag drills simultaneously. He goes and gets one started, and then he goes and starts the rest one by one, and then he returns to the first drill when it's completed its hole, and then he scoots that drill over to its second hole and starts it, and then restarts the second drill whatsoever. These things will do a lot of the work by themselves, which is a huge advantage in a production environment. And also, since this unit offers an advanced load indicator, it's an extremely intelligent machine. Just how smart is it, you ask? Well, let's find out. What we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole with this thing, and I'm going to time it and show you guys this with the stopwatch thing on my phone, and then we're going to drill a larger and a smaller hole and compare the differences. So, put my safety glasses on and let it rip. So from the time we first came in contact with the material to the time it shot that slug out of there was, by the speed of my thumbs, basically 19 seconds. So I'm going to make a note of this. 15/16, 19s. Alright, let's try it with a smaller cutter, 1/2 inch cutter. Now, something else that's really nice about this mag drill is there's only one screw that you tighten on this chuck, whereas most mag drills have 2, and I don't know how they work it, but it's just as secure as all the other ones I've used, and it saves you a little bit of time every time you go to use it. So now we're going to drill a 1/2 inch hole. So it's a little slow stopping it there, but I still got almost exactly a second less. I think realistically this took about 2 seconds less. And the other thing which we kind of have working against us here is, unlike that nice 15/16 cutter, this one is not new. This one has at least a couple years of off and on use on it. So now I'll turn off the magnet here so this thing can't start. I'm gonna pop this out. And again, this is almost completely cool to the touch. It feels a little bit warm, but that coolant is very efficient. And this mag drill really takes its time and knows what it's doing. Seth, will you hand me the largest one in that set? The next annular cutter we're gonna be using is 1 1/16 inch. I'm gonna say 17 seconds. I stopped it at about 17.8, and like I said, I know that was a little slow. So now we're gonna drill our 1 1/16 hole. So as you can see, we're approximately 25 seconds here, and I know that's a little bit slower, but again, there's a noticeable difference in the size of the holes. This one's an 1/8 inch larger, obviously, than our 15/16 hole is. All right, so now we're gonna get this mag drill attached to our workpiece, and the cool thing about the way this is set up is all your controls are here on this side, and there's a little LED, and the LED will light up red if you're clamped to material which is too thin for the magnet to get a good grip on, let's say. That's not the scientific way to put it, but that's the simple way. And it'll light up green if you're on a piece of material that's thick enough that the magnet can securely hold the tool in place. It's actually a very intelligent system. All right, so allow me to demonstrate. This is a piece of 1/8 inch sheet metal, and this is obviously a little thin for pretty much any mag drill to affix itself to, because the thicker the material, the stronger the grip this tool is going to have on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the mag drill, put it on our piece of 1/8 inch steel, and then hit the magnet button, which it lights up this red LED here. And as you can see, this LED, the one that we're really paying attention to, is lit up red. So obviously this wouldn't be the safest thing in the world to use, and I certainly wouldn't want to, but again, it's only 1/8 inch material, and I'm not aware of a single mag drill on the market that can actually get a good grip on material this thin. So I'm going to turn off the magnet again. The other thing that's really nice are these switches. This is like machined steel or stainless steel. There's an LED inlet in here. I mean, this is a complete work of art. That looks like something that belongs on some sort of luxury car instead of a mag drill. So we're gonna turn this off, and you know, just for demonstration's sake, I'm gonna clamp it to the table. This table is made of 1/2 inch thick steel, and I'll just set this up between some of my fixed string holes, and now when we come over here and we hit this button, it lights up green. So this is secure enough to drill through, and I mean, just looking at this magnet is really on there. I can force it off if I try to, but it takes a lot of effort to do so. This is really, really secure once you have it attached to a piece of material. So not only does this machine feature an extremely powerful magnet plus a safety lockout system which prevents the motor from starting unless the magnet's indicator LED is green, and also a state-of-the-art automatic feeding system, but it also boasts a very impressive 35mm or 1 3/8 inch cutting capacity, but it also offers BDS's own 1050 watt single speed motor. And I felt it was worth mentioning here that of course you can also operate the drill manually without the assistance of its power feed if you so desire, if you just like a little bit of extra control or whatever. But honestly, what impresses me the most about this setup is its sheer level of quality. This tool is just plain and simple, very well made, and to me that's really about all that there is to say about it. This machine is beautifully put together. It's made from perfectly machined components. The fit and the finish are simply impeccable. Its German quality control, of course, makes sure of this before it ever leaves the factory, and BDS did not cheap out on anything when they made this. The buttons are even exceptionally well made with their light up LED rings and aircraft-like styling, and even the case is awesome. It's made from very durable, very flexible polymer that's probably close to a 1/4 inch thick, and it even has a real steel hinge on the back of it, plus 4 beefy latches to keep it closed. But as thrilled as I was at this point with the drill, I wanted to push it even further. Alright YouTube, see this little chain? They don't just put this in here to hold on to your keys. This is used to support the AUTOMAB 350 and out of position drilling, which is like, you know, if you're working on some part of a ship, for instance, or a large steel building you're erecting and there's a giant beam and you need a hole in it, you can just take this thing and plop it up sideways, and and it'll work even there. So you can probably see where we're going with this. We're not just gonna do it sideways, we're actually gonna use this thing upside down. So we're gonna take our piece of channel, and this clamp is pretty much destroyed. We're gonna take our piece of channel and, well, I don't think I have to spell out the rest. It's the magnet button. We'll stick it about there. Look at that, it's holding itself by its own weight. And as I wiggle it, it actually shakes the entire table. We're gonna run our safety chain through here. And as you can see, they give you a pretty generously long safety chain. I realize this is a small thing, but not only is this designed to go around the mag drill, but also your average size workpiece or a common size workpiece. Let's say this piece of channel is probably 10 or 12 inches wide. Oh, this is the weirdest feeling thing I've ever done. Everything is literally upside down. The other thing about having this automatic feeding feature on this drill is if you're drilling vertically or overhead, if you don't have the automatic drilling feature like this mag drill does, you have to be like right there with the machine. So somehow, unfortunately, if the machine does become dislodged, like you have a spinning mag drill coming towards you and you have arms and hands and everything in the way, and that could potentially be disastrous. But with this, you know, you just engage the automatic feed, you step back, and then if it does somehow come loose, it just falls and dangles on its chain, and you're safely out of the way of anything bad that could potentially happen with that. So that's another feature of this machine. You know, it really, even by high-tech mag drill standards, seems to be designed to be easy to use and very, very safe as well. You know, YouTube, when I used to look at a mag drill like this, I think of it mainly as a tool for like on-the-road use and whatnot, but now I'm starting to look at these things more for in-shop use because, I mean, look at the angle of this thing, look at the size of it. It weighs probably well over 100 pounds, just a single weldment. I mean, this is all 1/4 inch plate, and we got a lot of plate here, plus all the gussets and the weldment, all the little stuff that adds up. How the heck else are you going to drill these holes if you don't have a mag drill? This is a lot of time spent with a hole saw and a handheld drill and some profanity. Alright, so you might be asking yourself, when would I ever need a self-propelled mag drill? And this is an example of one application where this is coming in really, really handy. So basically there's a whole line of holes across this piece of material, and we're to the last one on this side. And the problem is, you know, the magnet's on one side of the drill and there's nothing to attach the magnet to out here. Therefore the mag drill has to sit like this, which means that the handles would be here, and as you can see, this is going to have clearance issues with our workpiece, but we're never going to get that to turn. So what I've done is simply unscrewed the handle, and I'm going to double check that our green magnet light is green, and I'm going to reach around and start this. Now I just turn these in. Now it's turning itself, no clearance issues, and in a few seconds I'll have a perfectly drilled hole. So there you have it, YouTube. This is without a doubt one of, if not the nicest mag drills that I've ever used in my entire life. I absolutely love this thing. Just the power, the smoothness, the features, the amount of engineering that's gone into this. It is a beautifully made implement. It functioned flawlessly throughout this entire shoot. Didn't have one single issue with it, although I will add this, the coolant reservoir on here, while it does normally work extremely well, as you can imagine, it's gravity fed, so sometimes when this thing's sitting at an extreme angle or upside down or whatever, I had to add coolant externally. But aside from that, you know, this thing was completely and totally awesome. I'd like to thank the good folks at BDS Machines for giving me the chance to make this video, and I really hope that you guys have enjoyed it. So if anybody's interested in this really mind-blowing mag drill, I'll put some links in the video description below, and I'd just like to thank you all for watching, and have fun, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.